consider yourself. Hey, who wants an earworm? We built this city. Nice. Did we get BEA? Close to old school engine noise as you're ever going to get. It's close to old school engine noise as you... Check audio GP, check. Good. Triple. Oh, look at those big GE90s, man. That's number one starter. Oh, 380. Oh, what's going to come first? Hey, start number two. We'll just have to listen to it because we have this moisture in the air. Everywhere I look around, look at that, look at that, look at that. Nice little bit of plumage coming out the back of those engines. Quite sooty look. Speed up systems kicking in, or manual control with the pilot. All manual landing this will be. They all are, basically. Everything. Handheld. There we go. Oh, butter. That's the crazy thing, isn't it? That's the whole thing about the feel of an aircraft. You know, you get to feel that distance. And become one with it in terms of like the undercarriage when they're going to touch. It's that whole feel. It's a bit like anything that you do when if you're racing a bicycle or racing a bike or racing a car or doing anything that involves mechanically operating something. You get the feel of it. I remember radio control racing way back when I was living in California. I got a nitro powered race car, and I was absolutely useless at it. But one day, bang! All of a sudden, it came in, and these guys were like, "Who's that guy, man?" It's me, man. And, it was just fantastic, and those nitro going. Anyway, it's I don't think we've seen that here, have we, Jilly? No. Yeah. little bit of engine work going on with Virgin Atlantic. Oh, is that engine work, or is that? Oh, that might be. I think that's pylon inspection. Nice. So that means they'll be back on the same. Little bit breezy, nothing to write home. It's going to be a pretty standard one in the logbook. Very light southwesterly, nicely done. You can see there, little bit of gust, little bit of gust. Oh. So look at all the tables and chairs out here. Hey. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Saturday afternoon. We are early. How early are we, Jilly? You know us. We're very early. 40 minutes early. Sorry, but at least when they go to look for it at 4 o'clock, it'll be there. So we thought we'd do a show today. Kind of because this view over the top here from the courtyard is pretty fantastic to look all the way across London there, Battersea, Wembley, down up towards Croydon, over towards Kent, and over towards Windsor, which you can see the castle up on the hill there. So we thought we'd sort of like integrate it, take it through to darkness when we start all the fireworks. I'll be honest with you though, I don't know if it's anything to do with a crisis, but there's been less fireworks going off this year than there were last year. So we'll just have to see what happens. In terms of affordability, you know, like fireworks are not cheap, are they? Or, I mean, you know, you've got to have like sort of like a license and all that kind of official stuff, haven't you? So it looks like this top deck is very close to being finished, folks. In fact, I mean, I don't know, I'll have to ask the management. Okay. Let me just see if he's around. Hold on a minute. I'm going to get a nice start up on this 7.6, I think. Or is it being towed to remote? I don't know. Virgin 350, little bit skewed there. These can be quite smoky, these Rolls-Royce XWBs. So they take that, they've taken that Valance design, oh, a little bit left-hand heavy. Still under no okay, so at that's that Egypt Air triple at 3:30, Julie. I just want a quick shout out to Mark Thomas, who has gifted 10 memberships, and also a new member, Claire Anderson. A very good afternoon to you. Hope everyone's doing well. Isn't it miserable today, eh? If you're in the UK, I'm guessing it's miserable everywhere, isn't it? It's like sitting there with nothing to do. You know, it's kind of damp and cold out. So put your feet up, watch some aviation through till dark and beyond. Think of the tolerances that those wow, that's a low cloud base. That's 500 feet. Oh look, we saw this when we were at Gate Jilly the other, well, on stand. Wow, another 380 right behind us. Used that a couple of times this week. Okay folks, look at the rudder. Singapore Slinger. See the split rudder on it? See the aileron, just about see the ailerons moving there, look. See them flapping around like keyboards. Okay, yeah. Should be able to catch that. I hope, because I'm just wondering if T3 is actually, the roof of T3 is in the way. Graham Hepburn. If my plane across ocean doesn't have 4 engines, then I'm not going. Ooh. You might be staying behind then, Graham. So safe. As safe as the 4 engine jets, the Super Twins. As safe. That's why they've got the they've got the little pink tug here, haven't they, for that? Do see it from time to time. Okay. Glenn's Aviation can't beat a G90 starter. You can't. I don't think you can. No, you cannot. The Trent engines are very sort of like brief in their startup process. I mean, actually the Trent 7000 is quite a long startup, which is what the pilots told me because of the fan, but longer than the Trent 700. Certainly nothing on the G90, that huge noise that we get. when they, I think that's the point at which they inject, the injectors fire up the combustor. I think that's the combustor firing up that noise. There's nothing better, man. Oh. Someone's booked his nose with a glass of milk. Oh, ooh, smell that. We are going to get wet. Right, okay, so Jilly, I've got to go down to, okay, so I'm going to leave it on that shot there. I'm going to leave it on that shot there. And then, rain's firing up. Barbara Sinan. You're a lovely person, Barbara. Thank you. Okay, Sammy Castriata's in the house. How you doing, Sam? Okay. I've got to go down and meet someone very briefly. He's come all the way from Toronto, folks, so I've got to go down and meet him. We are early, we're half an hour early, so just bear with me for probably best part of 5 minutes, yeah? Okay, so don't go too far. Talk amongst yourselves. And don't go anywhere. Don't touch that button. Nothing massive coming in this edge. Just Two big American Heavies going out one after the other, looks like, folks. I'll just repeat myself there. Repetitive dire injury. But you alright? Everybody alright? Everybody's alright. Lufty Neo. So a lot of people, you know, we say things, you know, we call aircraft by their designation or whatever it is, just sort of like, you know, nonchalantly, whereas a lot of people are going, Neo, what's he talking about, Neo? Well, folks, there's things you learn all the time. There is NEO, which is a new engine option, which is basically this aircraft that you're looking at now is what's known as a CEO, or a current engine option. Well, to be honest with you, it's not really, it is an old engine option, OEO. But what Airbus have done, have taken one of their most popular single aisle range and re-engined it into with a newer engine package. That's also one of the old engines. The one that you just saw landing just now was an NEO. There's a Neo jet there. Now look at the size of the engine there compared to the older, smaller fan-bladed engine. They've also done that with the Airbus A330 as well. This is a Neo, got the big engines on it, look. A lot quieter as well. Little bit of moisture in, yeah. And as far as I'm aware, I think it may be a new wing and slightly altered undercarriage rake on the Neo, and of course always continually updating the computers and software and some hardware on different types. They're obviously always testing new components on it for engines and stuff like that. So, you know, more efficient fuel pumps, injectors, all that kind of stuff, to make the engines ultra efficient. And that's what the name of the game is now. I mean, in terms of performance, these engines over those other small CEO engines, there's not a great deal in it, really. Having spoken with pilots, it's not like you get like, it's like having a turbocharger with the Neo engine. It's nothing like that. It's a softer power delivery as well. But it's the noise and the efficiency, because obviously the tighter these fan blades are in the engines, the more noise they're going to make, or more noise they're going to generate, should I say. But the bigger fan, obviously less fan blades. Easy, easy. It's just at that moment where the aircraft is sort of like, you know, it's not battling against you. It's just like, yeah, okay, hold on a minute. You want me to become a vehicle? No, I'm staying as a plane. No. It's just that moment of touchdown, which is, to me anyway, kind of critical. Alrighty then. Hasn't been what enough? Oh, right, okay. David Salkeld is a new, well, returning, no, upgraded David Salkeld. Thank you. Upgraded his membership to first class. Thank you very much indeed. Russ Williams, CEO is the boss engine, surely. That's all right, Russ. Don't worry about it. TCC. Every time you see a beer, I don't think so. I mean, there was you know, I'm not naming any names, but I was one of the comments that came back on Twitter was, you know, I don't think we should be criticising, well, or asking for criticism or giving criticism regarding that landing that we posted. Well, nowhere in my post did I put anything about criticising the pilots. In fact, it was nothing really to do with. It was more to do with the mechanical side of that arrival, not so much the pilots, because it was just one of those odd landings that I'm pretty sure mechanical wind or mechanical turbulence, maybe coupled with split-second reactions, isn't it? Split-second reactions. These pilots have to make, especially when they're sort of like right at that touchdown point. See how low this cloud base is, man. They're going to be hitting the cloud very, very soon indeed. What's that, folks? What's that saying on your flight radar right now? 500 feet? Crazy. Crazy. Arthur Benning. A little bit misty. Yeah, we're going to get rain. We're going to get rain. Eve Hosgood, yes, I did praise those pilots, if anything. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, you need to watch the whole thing back to has he just had a plaster put on? He's been playing in the garden, and he, look, they put a plaster on his engine. John Malone, tuning in from Venice. Good day to you. I prefer 321 Neo over Boeing 737-800s and Max. Randy Bushbaum saying, I've got to be honest with you though, I do. Since starting Big Jet TV, I've grown to really like the 737. Probably because it's such an old aeroplane, really, in so many different guises. You look at the front end of a 737, it's just an old 737. It could be bolted onto the front of a 100. Well, not a 100 because they had the. Oh no, it could be a 100. I think it's just obviously back then they weren't fly by wire. La la la. He's spitting image of David Bowie. There's a starman sitting in a chair. Eve Hosgood. Oh, Eve, I kind of have to agree with you there in terms of, yeah, Twitter needs to clean up its act, doesn't it? And well, anyway, we're not going to go political. Hey, look at that! It's the trouble. Everyone's a, you know, everyone's got an opinion. Of course, they're entitled to it and all that, but it's just that when people really don't know what they're talking about, that's when, and they just make an opinion. That's when it, you know, is he? JF Bryson, I was on a pretty old 737 with Transavia recently. Nice plane, better seats than a brand new KLM 777. There you go, you see. I've travelled in some old bangers in my time, and they've been very, very comfortable. At the end of the day, once the aircraft's in the air, folks, you wouldn't know whether you're on an A380 or a BAC 111. Well, you would do, obviously. You know what I'm saying. very D-rated. Nice. Hey, that's Delta's Neo, isn't it? That's Delta's Neo, mate. It is. So that is the Neo variant of the A330, folks. It's quite rare to see that at the moment. Great to see Delta operating it into Heathrow. New engine, new wing. Nice, I like that. Okay, they're going to stop there for a little bit whilst we get this Saudi a triple. Oh yeah, we've got ribbons off the outboard sections of the flaps. Actually, someone in the car next to them watching it. Oh, that's insane, man, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. Andrew Allen, of course we will be doing a Christmas Day show because I haven't got anything else to do other than feed the cat and give him his toys. Well, or a little stick or something. Gwen M, very long aircraft, very slick. The A330-300. Now you can see those big Trent 7. Look at those winglets, man. Look at that winglet is just an absolute work of art. I mean, the A350 one, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful with that big curve that it has, the big upward curve hair flick. Whereas this is a very unique style because as the aircraft turns, you get a very different angle of the winglet, and it is almost like it protrudes inwards and then comes back outwards again. It's just a thing of beauty, man, when you see it. I remember taking a picture of two 350s right next to each other, and the one on the left didn't look anything like the one on the right, just because we were looking at it from different angles. Squirrel, not members only squirrel. It's free view. Oh, the chat is free to members. Always members only on chat, folks. There's a bit of moisture coming off this one. Remember Aerostars 757 we used to get all the time. Hey. So, folks, what I'm going to do, we've now received. And thank you to Anthony, by the way, for cooperating and giving us access to all these images. He has basically put together, I think it's 6 or 8 months worth of stills, images from 1977. I've got them on my system GP now. Now, what I'm planning to do is we're going to load this whole thing up. And this is, Gilly, I'm hoping we can do this. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them before we load them up. I don't want to do an edit. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go with the audience. I want me to see them with the audience absolutely raw. So we need to figure a way of doing that. You'll have to see them, obviously, if you have to, you know. Yeah, there you go. Because I think it's January 77 or June 77, then July, or, you know. Bonfire now, Guido Fawkes. Now, you see those sharklets that you got there? Even though that's a CEO model, it's kind of a hybrid. That kind of missed the when it was in the queue, it kind of like dodged going into the Neo queue, but it's got the Neo winglet. That's kind of the way I see that anyway. Let's just see if he's here yet. Oh, probably. Okay, he's in the lobby now. Okay. Okay, right, okay. GP, stand by. Stand by, folks. I'll be 2 minutes, yeah? It's changed a little bit, hasn't it? In the last couple of minutes. GP, copy? Okay. Emirates 380, did I just see someone say Emirates 380 there? Michael K, loads of flaring aircraft in the 70s. Oh, yes, in the 70s. Sorry, yeah. Still working on that pylon by the looks of it. Yeah, possibly some windscreen wiper action. Son. So, where was that? Alistair Hinksman, good afternoon. Sarah Joe. Kelvin Grant, Carl Hanlon, Does anyone know where the Boeing 727 at Doncaster is going to be based? That's a good question. I don't know what is happening at the 2XL, to be honest with you. I've got to speak to the guys, because we were planning on doing another piece with them. I have no doubt that they will, they will obviously have to rebase themselves somewhere else, and I'm guessing that would have kind of been dealt with months ago, I would have thought, because this obviously this whole thing has been brewing for quite some time, hasn't it? Got a very short window for to see those. Wow. Okay, it's even less visibility now. Yeah, mate, yeah, it will be raining on the south side. Look at that, over the other side there. Yeah, it's coming towards us. Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, it is what it is. You've got to deal with it, back down the hatches and all that. Tcha. Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I think there was a much bigger variety of aircraft back in the 70s and 80s. You know, 707s, 727s, BAC 111s, the little pocket rockets, the old 737s, DC-10s, Tri-Stars, DC-8s, Convair Coronados. No, it was just a Coronado, wasn't it? Not Convair. Convair were flying into here, I think, but there were other operators. Of course, back then you had the Illusion as well, the IL-60, whatever it was, and all those different jets. 76. IL-76 is the freighter in it that we've. Was it the IL? No, the Tupolev, wasn't it? Tupolev, Tu-154, the big. Giant 727, just an incredible aeroplane, man. And of course, back then, really, in terms of health and safety and all that, it was like, you know, in terms of the maintenance scheduling and all that, whether it was as stringent as it is now, I don't think it was. Which is why mistakes were made, especially when you're talking about what was back then the USSR, wasn't it? Felt that over the wing. These big spoilers, mates. It's like slinging a garage door outside the side window of your car. On time, innit? With Emirates, one out, one in. Singapore. I remember flying from EMA to Malta in '83 on Boeing's 737th 737 with Orion Airways, Jason Gamble. Wow, what a thing to remember, man. Oldest for me, like I say, was on board my dad's British Eagle Britannia. We're talking old school there, folks. You know. Still using Bakelite. No joke. Look at that big wing, man. Look at that big wing. Look at us. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Tipped in a bit. Okay, so first. We might get away with it. We might get away with it. And then boom, you're out into the big, beautiful gin blue skies, climbing up through the different layers. Jacob RTC is a new member. Welcome, Jacob. Great to see you. Love your emoji, by the way, or profile picture, sorry. Sandy Humby, that one in from LAX, thank you. James the drummer, Andy Apps, Andy P, Randy Bushbaum, Alex Grant, HGC 350, beautiful looking aircraft. Life with Dave, indeed. Dave, or whoever you are with Dave, or whether you are Dave, I don't know. But yes, that was a 1000. All of Virgin Atlantic and British Airways A350s are the 1000 variant. Sometimes you can get mistaken because of the Swiss A220 and the 320 Neo looking so similar. Hey, is that new with the Swiss? I think that's new, mate. I don't think I've seen that before, mate. On the wingtip, I don't think I've seen that before. I think that's new. Yeah. I think that's new. A little bit more. Is she brand new? That 320 Neo, wow, there we go. So their new aircraft are going to be sporting that new wingtip logo. Brilliant. Brandon Plane Spotter, BA Special Livery 777 in soon. Which one's that? This guy needs to get off the runway, really, doesn't he? Oh yeah. Oh, it's Festival of Creativity. She's been around a long time. And this is, every time I look at this aircraft, I think of COVID because she was heavily involved. I think she worked really hard, mate. PPE Special Delivery Praetor, she was. Testament to Rolls-Royce. When was the Festival of Creativity? Or is it just, I mean, is it just something, it's a bit like, is it a thing? Was it a, like an expo or something? Or, if so, it's quite out of date, isn't it? Or, oh. Daz Landals has gifted a big Jet TV membership to somebody, and I think it was actually Michael Lemester. There you go, Michael. Have that on us. Thank you very much. Well, actually, on Daz. Thanks, Daz. Very kind thing to do. The Dorset Plane Spotter. Welcome back to Big Jet TV as a Big Jet TV member. James the drummer. Hannon asking Dorset planes, but do those A7, A340s get up too much? 7 A340s? Are we talking about the ex-Virgin 346s? done. It's Bournemouth, isn't it? That's Dorset, isn't it? Bournemouth is Dorset, isn't it? Because I know they had 2 of them. Sorry. Pretty Bournemouth is in Dorset, I think. It's a long way down there. But 7 of them. Okay. Delta jet going out now. Is that the, have I missed? Whoa! She's screaming, man. Is that the Neo going out? Is that the Neo going up? See Virgin Atlantic's cargo facility over there, folks. It's quite cool, isn't it? That's pretty new, that is. I think that's definitely post-COVID. That's a 767, isn't it? Just saw the tail, that was all. Just sounded very loud, sounded very CFM-y or Pratt Whitney style. Oh, here's one, here's a nice one. Talk about special liveries. This is nice. Retro. Q8 Retro. 330-200. Nice. Whoa, he's early. Those door star, open door or clamshell star reversers are absolutely awesome. I think really, I mean the Dreamliner, the Trents or the Gen X's can make a right old mess of the runway. Just waiting for that 380 to go up. Wow. He's a long way down. Yeah, there he goes. Someone said to me yesterday that apparently he can't remember where he heard it from, but apparently when he's in the construction industry, I was speaking to him and he was, oh hello, look at that, nice, another retro jet, TAP is it TAP? No? Oh, Royal Jordanian, that's it, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just got a quick glimpse of it. That's a beautiful. Now that, okay, what would have that been on a 707, TriStar maybe? I just want to catch this. I like that. I don't know. Dr. Smith, first trip to Australia next Wednesday. Any tips and advice and or recommendations for earplugs and eye masks in an effort to get some sleep? Well, yeah, I would pop down to either you can go to either Halfords. Well, you don't have to go to Halfords or a B&Q or anything like that, but you can get those foam earplugs, the ones that you and I would recommend dampen the inside of your ear and screw up the earplug and then insert it, and then you get a nice tight fit. And then I'd buy the 3D mask. Go on Amazon. Because Because let's face it, although it's very nice of airlines to offer face eye masks, should I say, not face masks, eye masks. It's very nice of them to offer it, but they are pretty flimsy, and like, you know, you put it on and there's all, it's not exactly blackout, you know. But if you buy it, if you spend a little bit of money, and we're only talking under 20 quid here, on a pair of on an eye mask, sorry, not a pair. Is it a pair? I don't know, whatever. And they've got sort of like a spongy bit around the outer part of it, which allows your eyes, so you can open your eyes. Don't look around the eyes, look in the eye. You can open your eyes, and it's not like all your eyelashes get caught up on the, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just a very comfortable thing. And for a journey like that, I would recommend spending a little bit of money, even though it's very cheap, those eye masks. And I would definitely, the only place that I could find them were on Amazon. But in terms of the earplugs, I would recommend, I think you can get them in Boots or something like that. The orange ones that I would be looking out for, or the yellow ones, the little foam ones. They're kind of bell-shaped, you know. Well, you know, you say that, Jilly, a Darth Vader helmet is the best to sleep in on a plane. Be very, very uncomfortable. However, if you had a sort of like a fold-down mask thing where, because, you know, some people when you're asleep, and I'm one of them, you know, you have that moment where you start dribbling, or you open your mouth and you're breathing very heavily and all that because you're in a deep sleep. Sleep rummaging. But yeah, for a long journey, any long haul trip, I would always recommend, you know, and mine stays in my man bag. Oh, now mine stays in my man bag all the time. You know, I've got two of them, one for home and one for travel. And the foam earbuds, just get the sponge ones. Or unless you want to listen to music, I personally am one who can only listen to music for so long, and I'm like, you know, a bit like Alan Partridge with his calm videos. Oh, look at that! You know, the one where he's on the bed. Hey, look at this. This is the X. This is the X. That was destined for South African Airways. That jet. Blow up cushions. I'm not a big one for the neck rests thing. I don't think it does a lot of good. Most modern jets these days have a really good, bless you, they have a very good headrest system, particularly Virgin Atlantic and British Airways, that have the pull out either side of your head. You can pull it out, and it's like it locks your head in, so you're not like wobbling around all over the gaff. It is a shame that you can't get sort of like some kind of a face mask that sits away from your face. You've got the built-in eye mask. You obviously put your earplugs in and all that sort of thing. Sort of like a little mini, well, it would be a mask, wouldn't it? And then you can open your mouth and dribble all you can say. Because let's face it, a lot of people do. When I used to commute on the train, I used to wake up with some blokes leaning on your shoulder, you know, dribbling all the way down. It's like, you know, it always used to happen on the train, man. People falling asleep on the train. Can't help it, mate. There's no armrest. Carl Hanlon. A couple of Bacardi and Cokes does it for me. Well, that's another thing as well. It depends on how tired you are as well. I always find on the return trip, I always sleep a little bit better than going there, because going there is a little bit of, you know, anticipation. Well, for me anyway, in terms of getting things prepared and all that. You know, that little little worry of like, will the sims work? Korean Air 777, 20 minutes out, Brandon Plane Spotter. Thank you for that. Air Mauritius, by the way, folks, anybody wondering which operator that was? To see if I can get it. There it is. And they did have a number of, I think they took 2 A350s after South African Airways. Sort of, I wouldn't like to say the word went bust, but ceased operations, or certainly on an international scale. I don't know what the latest is on South African Airways. So there was like ups and downs and so. Yeah, still flying internally. Yeah. I always find with headphones, it can be a bit of a hindrance with comfort, with two sodding great big things on the side of your head. For when you want to sort of like, you know, you can't really use that headrest system properly. Malcolm Harfield, next year I'm on the Korean 777 from New Zealand. Nice. So here we go then. Swiss 220 by the looks of it. Oh, okay, they do have the Swiss flag on the inboard. Maybe not on the 320s. Maybe on the 220s they've always had it. Or have they always had it on the 320s? It's just sometimes when you've seen an aircraft so many times, and then you just notice something out of the ordinary that's. Sleep phones are good on planes. Never heard of a sleep phone. Is that Dasland who's giving another membership to Duncan Taylor? One more, I don't like odd numbers. Fair play to you. Mickey Merck, is Heathrow running back to full capacity now? Well, actually, I believe that. Easy, son. I think there are re-restricting the little bit dodgy, recovered it well though. Stefano Santini, good day to you, Dave R. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're well. There's a Learjet 75 on finals. Carl Hanlon saying somebody got plenty of spare money to land. Yeah, could be all sorts of different things going on there. Yeah, it is what it is. the wheels of industry. I was kind of shocked, I've got to be honest with you, the other day that, regarding CEO salaries, but I don't really want to go into it because it riled me up. The kind of money that these people get paid. There you go. It is what it is. Alan Robbins, BA 380 from Dubai, and BA 108 hour out inbound. Alan Robbins. Okay. Oh, BA 380 from Dubai, BA 108. Okay, about an hour. Okay. Big Jet TV, Nigel Armstrong, are you guys far from Heathrow or is it on your back doorstep? Right on our back doorstep, Nigel. Here's your little Learjet. It's a tiny little thing, look. There's your reg if anyone wants to look it up. Put that reg in Google. Zen J. Zenith Aviation, is it? Is that private charter company? On the headset or on? Okay, well, just let me call you back. Intersecting departure for that 300. Gav J. Braithwaite. Gav, good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome to membership on Big Jet TV. Come in, folks, please, if you are a new member or just joined us or recently joined us, please don't hesitate to come in and ask any question you like, obviously aviation related. Or give us any information as well. We always welcome any information that you might have, factoids or you know, because always I love to read out facts and figures. This guy needs to get off the runway, doesn't he? Is he off the run? As a result of bird strike or structural damage, really. Radomes can, of course, just have a faulty mechanism, and I'm guessing it's sometimes part of the structure of the radome that necessitates a replacement. Dave R is watching with his wife Jackie. Good afternoon, Jackie and Dave. Eve Hosgood, the old banger. Yes, indeed it is the old banger. I mean, we call it an old banger, not out of any disrespect, but probably because, well, I say it's the oldest aircraft on the airfield, but you know, sometimes they're actually not that old. Some of the 767s that are on the airfield are sometimes older than the A300, but they are old aircraft. So that's why we call it the old banger, or I do anyway. Have done for many years. Oh. That's a tricky one. Well, what's the easiest? Who's asked that? Leighton asking, what is the? Wayne Hartshaw asking, will the pilots be informed it's bonfire night and be made aware of fireworks and possible reduced vision due to smoke? Possibly, yeah. I would imagine that, you know, be aware that there are, you know, it's bonfire night and there you will see fireworks. But to be honest with you, it's quite common around here, you know, fireworks all year round, really. Somebody asking, who was it asking, Gilly, about the difference? Leighton asking about identifying Boeing versus Airbus. Well, if you're in a situation like this, Leighton, let me change this because I think we can come over to here now. A double flash on the wings indicates that it's an Airbus. Single flash is a Boeing. So you'll see the double flash, and that's your first marker as to identifying the manufacturer. The A220, the even though it's Airbus, I think they've integrated that now, but Embraer has a sort of like a very rapid, another style, very rapid flash. Triple set style. You have to look at that. Turkish triple step firing up. There's definitely some weather coming this way, folks. Look at it approaching me. But we're hard, we're stern, made of steel. 4SHHQXR is a new member. Okay, a very warm welcome to you, 4SHQXSSR, QXR, sorry. Chris Davies has just gifted a Big Jet TV membership. Chris, that's very good. Start up, mate. I'm talking obviously about active aircraft on the airport. Of course, Concorde statically is the oldest. Thank you for that, Michael McEwen. And that's an all steel fabricated construction. That's not actual aircraft that have been, because obviously if it was aluminium or aluminum, that thing would have melted a long time ago. It's an all steel construction. Kind of crazy when you go inside those things as well, especially after like we did at so you know this is an Airbus, like we did at Munich, where we went to their fire training facility. The same thing, same kind of setup, but when you go inside it's very eerie because it's obviously all steel construction. And there's, you know, the overhead bins, there's some seats in there, all steel, but it's all dripping with water. It's a very eerie sort of place, with smell of burnt materials and stuff like that. An upper deck as well. You can check it out. I think it's a Big Jet TV Munich Fire Department, is it, or something like that? This guy looks a little bit below the glads. Okay, here comes the rain. Oh, why now? Is it Munich Fire? Okay, this is when we turn the camera on. Munich Airport Fire Department Training. If you type that into your YouTube channel, you'll bring up the Big Jet TV piece that we did. I think I did an edit, didn't I, Jelly? It's 10 minutes long. Chris Fleet saying, no specific warnings, no, okay. Because it does happen all year long, really, and bonfires are bonfires. They're not going to generate that much smoke, I wouldn't have thought. And he is saying, notice to airman, as in NOTAM, only really issued for laser or light displays. So if somebody is not behaving themselves and they've got a laser torch, and they're you know, we have had instances of that. That's thankfully now stopped. I think all the novelty of that for the hooligans that were doing it has kind of worn off now, thankfully. But understandably, what he's saying there about a laser show, if there's a laser show somewhere nearby, they might catch one of the lasers going through the flight deck. Alan Robbins, level A332 Madrid to London Heathrow, operated by Iberia 30 minutes out over Cherbourg. Thank you, Alan. Level. Okay, that's interesting. So those level aircraft operated by Iberia, is that level aircraft in level livery, Gilly? Jan's Views, good afternoon to you, Alison Baker. John Singleton. There's a level A330 operated by Iberia over Cherbourg at the moment. Just wondering if it's in level livery. Sarah Deal, I like this weather. Yes. Well, you know, you gotta sacrifice a little bit to bring this kind of visual content. It's all well and good having it all nice and clean and sunny and hot, in which case you get heat hazes and stuff like that, which don't help things. But we're heading towards the last sort of 20 minutes of light before we start seeing fireworks. The London skyline is now lit up with all the anti-collision lights. Qatar freighter, always nice to see. Looking cloudy tonight at Heathrow. 4SHH saying Neil in Dorset. 28. The ground, what? Fox or socks? Well, they're kind of the same, really. The ones on top of the sheds are just smaller. They're just indicating. I don't think I'm going to get a shot of that. Yeah, looking very gloomy down the other end of the airfield, man. John Burton. Did I give John Burton a shout out? He's a new member. Oh yeah, also, I don't know if he's listening or not, but we missed a new, a fledgling flight crew member with Virgin Atlantic the other day when we were out here on Wednesday. He went out when we were live, I think, but we kind of missed him, and our apologies for that. We're obviously in touch with him to see whether or not, make sure that he keeps us informed of any future movements. What was his name, Jilly? Yeah. Adam Truran, did you say? Okay. Adam and his family, very proud of him, of course, flying his first mission. At the end of the day, you know, congratulations from Justina and Max, wife and son. Must be a wonderful thing. I mean, it's all well and good, don't get me wrong. It's all well and good you know, you can fly these things, you can become fully qualified in a simulator. You do not, it's not like the old days where you have to go and do actual flight training on an actual aircraft. The simulators are so advanced these days that you can literally either type rate or just or actually qualify on a simulator. But there's nothing like it, is there? There can't be anything like it in terms of reality. You know, actually the feel that we were talking about earlier on. Although the simulators, in terms of their realism, are incredible. Chris Pohl sent me a video the other day from the simulator going over 27 left over Myrtle Avenue. You could look down, and I sent the video to Jilly, and she was like, "Wow, when did he take that?" I said, "It's in the simulator." She's like, "No way," because the reality is just incredible. And that's all Google Earth, isn't it? I think, isn't that all Google Earth they use now? With the, and they use Microsoft as well, don't they? For all the new simulators. I think all new simulator models. Yes, yeah. It's far more advanced than, you know, Microsoft Flight Sim that you get as a. Why not? Hybrid jet. Wow. Really, Hey! Oh. I can't remember what his name was. Was it David? I met in the lobby up here earlier on, who's in from Australia. And his mate put us onto him, which is pretty cool. Talking about going out to Australia, and yes, we will be going out to Australia, folks. It's just a case of it's planning it, isn't it? Because when we go to Australia, we've got to do Melbourne and we've got to do Sydney. We can't go there, do Melbourne, and then come home and then go back there and do Sydney. We'd have to spend 2 weeks there, wouldn't we? We'd have to spend a couple of weeks there. Well, I think. Okay, well, I've heard, okay, Brisbane and Sydney, right. I thought... and a big shout out to Gary, who's here from all the way from Toronto as well, visiting the UK. This is our... wow, look how bright those lights are, man. Yes, Michael. Okay. Vortex coming off those wingtips. Well, off the flap tips, should I say. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that floofage. Very nicely done. What's that, GP? Yeah. It would have to be a singular Australia mission, wouldn't it? Can't be stopping off at other places, even though we'd love to. But you know, yeah. Paul Howard. Kevin Pride. I didn't see the 777 with the damaged nose. Very quick repair on something like that. It is literally radome comes off and a new one goes on. It's there's nothing attached to the internals of the radome. It is literally almost like fiberglass on hinges, either upwards or sideways. But it is literally like a door that opens, and it is very easily replaced. So probably one of the, I'd imagine, in terms of large parts, one of the cheapest components, because it's a very lightweight piece of equipment. I don't think it is alloy. I think it is either. I think it's a composite, not so much fiberglass, but a composite material, lightweight material. Joburg, there we go. Yeah, we've got to look into that. Especially same time. When I lived there, I was always amazed that it's the same time zone. Yeah, it's an 11-hour flight to Joburg. It's 11 hours, but it's on the same time zone, isn't it? Because it's direct SAFT. Yeah, exactly. They're just going into their summer now, aren't they? Kind of want to go there, not in the middle of the summer. I tell you what is actually amazing in the, and he might be able to confirm this with me. Is it David Rind? Gilly, welcome to first class, David. Welcome back. Michael Thompson, is it Michael Thompson? Michael from down there in South Africa. Always think of Alan Partridge and his South African when he wanted them to do a pyrotechnics. No, Alan, you can't. All right, no need to be like that. But maybe some fireworks? No, Alan. But yeah, Joburg, want to get down there when you can literally, I'm guessing you still can. Oh, fireworks, just got the first batch of fireworks off the top of that hangar. You can, and there's the first bang. This is when it starts sounding like a bit like a war zone. I kind of like it in a funny sort of way. Here we go. The first, here we go. Guys. As soon as I turn the camera away, it's like going to the toilet when you're watching a football match. The biggest firework in the world goes off and you miss it. Now I've got to have eyes in the left, right, forward and back part of my head now to wow, that's pretty damn crazy, Danny. Yeah, but in Joburg, well, Joburg or thereabouts, at 4 o'clock every afternoon you could literally time your watch by it, or set your watch by it, should I say. There'd be a massive like downpour, which was just amazing because it really did settle everything down, get rid of all the dust. So I'm guessing later in the year would be good for Joburg. I don't know. We'll have to look at it, GP. That's a bit of a sort of like unknown, isn't it? Yeah. Well, just take each day as it comes, mate. No, we haven't, have we? Yeah, but we do it last minute, don't we? So that's zero. No? There isn't, no? Okay. For yeah, I'm thinking about maybe next week, end of next week, Zurich, and then 2-week break, and then at the end of the month, back to the US. Oh yeah. Well, then I need to get an update from Louisville, don't I? Fireworks going on. There's fireworks going off and I need to be really quick. No. We've got Virgin's A339 Space Oddity being delivered next weekend. I did have a little, you know, it's a bit of a shame that Virgin, I love them to bits, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's a bit of a shame that the marketing department didn't at least get together and go, you know what, wouldn't it be a great thing just to honour David Bowie, because he was, you know, he was one of the originals, you know, in terms of coming out and all that kind of stuff, you know, and he would have loved it if they had put a spaceman on the front of the nose of the aircraft rather than, you know, their current nose art that they're using, which is good. Don't get me wrong, but I just think it would have been a bit more funky, and people would have loved to see it be like, oh, here comes, you know, Major Tom sort of thing. That whole, you know, have you spotted it yet sort of thing. Because it is GV Tom, named after, obviously, Major Tom. So having that link to David Bowie, I think, I'm not sure if Bowie was on Virgin Records. I don't know if he was. Was he? I don't know. But it does just make you think, you know, would have been great if they had to put a spaceman sort of like floating where the normal nose art is, the character, should I say. But anyway, we can just think about that, because that's all you're going to get. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? You know, someone with a little bit of imagination's gone into the MD and gone, hey, listen, why don't we do this just for Space Oddity? I mean, it just kind of works. Floating spaceman, maybe put Bowie's face in there. You know, he was. Right now, at a younger age, he would have been a prominent member of the LGBTQ community. Have I got that right? LGB. Yeah. Anyway. Fiona Addison. Sue Taylor. David Bowie has quit his record label, Virgin Records. David Bowie's dead, Darren. He is no longer. He is an ex-Bowie. First one's in the RGB. Whee! So there's a big one going off over at Thorpe Park, but I don't know if we'll see that. Alexa has a pal called Zig. It's a bit of a shame with the visibility, folks, to be honest. Easy. Yeah. Struggle, Jilly, with the Viz, because it's quite it's very I mean, what is your visibility now? 2 miles, maybe 2 miles. What's the visibility right now? Anybody know, folks? Oh, Ken Alloway. Bowie was originally RCA. Did he then go to Virgin? I don't know.
Virgin could name one as Tubular Bells. Mike Oldfield was Virgin Records.
Yeah. GV Bell.
Concorde 444. I just feel that 339N for GV Tom is the replacement for 333 CEO UFO Lady Stardust.
Oh, okay. Right. Lady Stardust.
Okay. Interesting.
I like those headlights like that. That's pretty cool. Airlinks. Whoa! Here we go. That was a big booming one. That was. It went off. Could have really been a good one. That. Oh yeah. True. Yes. Could we do midweek? Oh, Tuesday. Sue Taylor, what's the occasion for the fireworks? It is Guy Fawkes night, Sue. Guido Fawkes. 'Tis the night that Guido Fawkes tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. As in winter, as in now, or yeah. Roy Clayton, talking of UFO, Lady Stardust, anyone know why she has been stuck in Manchester for 3 days? Oh, okay, interesting. So she's still a flying aircraft then. So I'm guessing that that Space Oddity, is it Space Oddity? Is it Space Oddity or is it GV Tom GV? Is it GV Tom? It is Space Oddity, so it's nothing to do with Lady Stardust or Space Star or Stardust or anything. Ziggy Stardust. Iraq Airways 737-200. Someone's changed their name, and that's a pretty cool one as well. What you got, GP? Oh. Releasing? Oh God, yeah, I thought about that last night. Yes, yeah. No, I thought about it at 3 o'clock in the morning, mate. I woke up and I was thinking about it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't send her a message now because that will wake her up, you know. But yeah, oh yeah, okay, folks. We're going to release Boston day 1 and day 2 right now. We're releasing the hounds right now. So Big Jet TV members, all classes can now go and watch. If you missed Boston, day 1, day 2 are available to watch now. And I have to say, wait for those sunsets. Even if you don't watch the whole thing or if you scroll through them, it is quite funny to watch though, I have to be honest with you. If you've got a bit of time to play with, tomorrow maybe, it's going to be a little bit miserable tomorrow, I think, the same sort of conditions. Oh, big bang there, big bang. That's going to go bang. No bang. Yeah, it's just the lighting conditions, you know. Parish, it is.
conditions for a November bonfire night. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that bad, but obviously it's winter time, isn't it? Is it winter now? I think it is winter, isn't it? Seeing off as blue indeed. 5th of November, 1605, folks. When I don't know what the political orientation was and all that kind of thing, but it was obviously some well, thing is, Sam Robson, that is. It's more Richard Branson Virgin Galactic, is it not? It's not. He's just put his brand on it, but it's more him and his. This is big. This looks like a 380. Is this a 380? No, it's a 330. Sorry, it's oh, it's the level. Okay, it has got that level livery on it, then, hasn't it? I'm struggling with the blurriness of it today, quite nice, isn't it? Wow, that's the first time we've seen one of those in at London Heathrow. So Iberia are obviously either short on jets or got a couple in maintenance that. Paul Dodd's watching from Mauritius. Left Heathrow this time yesterday and the jet lag is fully kicking in. There we go. Well, rest up, Paul. I'm sure it'll... it's a difficult one sometimes, especially the big long haul jet lag, you know, where you're sort of like at midday when you get back to the UK, it's like 2 in the morning wherever... you know, wherever you've come from, or something crazy like that, where you've been used to being fast asleep at the equivalent time of sort of like, you know, 10, 11, 12 in the day here. Brandon Planespotter, thanks for teaching me that trick with the strobes. There we go, Brandon. Yeah, it is as simple as that. In terms of the Embraer, I'd have to have a look at that. Yeah, nice. There's quite a lot of activity going on over there. I think around to my left, what I'm seeing at the moment, visibility is just has improved ever so slightly. I honestly think that there's a strong possibility that there will be less firework activity, private firework activity, that is. Purely down to cost. Peter Keener is a new member. Welcome, Peter. Philip Jones. Well, that's Wales hammered again. What's he got? What's going on? Dragging that vortex tail with it. Quite a lot going on over there, isn't there? Well, it's quite a lot. pretty amateurish type, you know, £2 a pop. I'm guessing either that or it's miles and miles and miles away, and it's absolutely humongous. Sunny Sophie flew for the first time last week in 9 years. Oh, that's wonderful. I think Jilly beat you on that one, but yeah, that's fantastic. I hope you had a nice flight, Sunny, or Sophie, should I say. Nigel Armstrong, down to cost and lack of availability in shops. He's talking about fireworks. Well, I've seen enough shops that have got fireworks on sale here, signs outside. But yeah, very well maybe a reduction in availability, and certainly the increase in cost. Although 99.99% of fireworks are manufactured in China, are they not? And as a result of that, I'm guessing they're, you know, it's just the shipping costs that would be an increase, would be a resultant increase. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, hello, hello, hello. That was a big one. Oh, that was a singular. Yeah. There's a fella trying to have a go over there. He just can't get it fired up. But that was a big, booming. Oh, hello. Yeah, man. Well, not so much a smelly bonfire night, but the next morning, where the whole, it was all snowy, not smelly. Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is that the next morning, where I used to live, the little village I used to live at, they used to have a bonfire night. Oh, it used to be fantastic before the PC stuff came in. You know, torches. They'd have like, you know, like big. You'd pick up your torch. You know, with it'd be whatever it is material on top of the torch, all doused in paraffin, and you know, it was great, man. You know, all walking down a high street, hundreds and hundreds of people. You know, going down to the village green where the big bonfire had been built over the last couple of weeks, and it was massive. You know, they had to build little tunnel through it so that they could try and because hedgehogs would go in there, which is the great shame. They built a little fence around it and all that. Yes, the next day after bonfire night, and of course the fireworks then, you know, where they'd have like, you know, oil drums with great big massive incendiary devices literally in these oil drums, and the noise was just fantastic, you know, especially as a kid, you know. And then, of course, the day after, when you walk through the village, there's this sort of like smell of a bonfire, which is just fantastic, mingling for, you know, for a good couple of days. And then you go down there, and it's sort of like still on fire, you know. All the embers are still there, you know. Great days, I remember that. And then it just dwindled. It got sort of like more and more sort of like, oh, you can't do that. No, you can't have fireworks. No, you can't take bangers out with you and all that sort of thing, and which I mean, you've got to be responsible when you have fireworks. That's half the reason why they were there was such a tight grip put on them in terms of people being able to chuck them about. Anyway, we all remember our childhood back in the day. Of course, everyone would end up in the boozer afterwards. In the White Horse. Or the Witch. What's
that a Swiss big jet just got in? Is that a Swiss big jet just got in? Mrs. H. A Swiss big jet? Yeah, I just saw a Swiss tail, but it's a... It looked big, or is that my old mince pies? Oh, okay. Sandy Humvee, yes. Lewis. I think Lewis, really. Yeah, the one going out now, that one that's just going out now. Oh, it's Virgin, is it? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it might be a Swiss 330 or something. There's a 737, look, single flash. Should have looked at that on the way in, really. Look, I mean, you can see the single flash on the end of the... Same as the tail lights as well. Twin strobe tail lights like the 787. It's almost got an APU pipe kind of sculpted on the 787, or based on the 787. That sounds pretty heavy going out there, man. Yeah. Leon K was gifted a membership by Simon Curl. Simon, what a wonderful thing. Thank you very much indeed. He's gifted 5 membership. Stephanie Hutchinson, Titian Topsy, Bloy Action, Mr. Tim 737, also gifted by Simon Curl. Thank you, Simon. What a wonderful thing to do. Generosity always is an amazing thing here on Big Jet TV. The generosity of our community is a wonderful thing. But at the same time, folks, I have to emphasize, please do not feel in any way that you have to give gift membership. Please do not do it. Please do not feel in any way pressured into anything. It is just, some people are just are a little bit more fortunate than others and able to do it. Your membership, whatever class it might be, is massively appreciated, and allows us to continue doing what we do. Adele Bramley asking, how often do the planes get wished? I'm sure that's a typo, of course it is. Oh, bless him. Do you want to make a wish today, mate? No, they're obviously, she means washed. Well, that's a great question, that Adele. The aircraft normally get cleaned when they are off the flight line, when they're not in service, so they may be going to have a minor repair done, or an on-wing repair, or a small piece of maintenance. You know, whatever it might be, they might take the opportunity to give them a wash, because not that really the grime or the soot or that you see doesn't really, everything's pretty well sealed, but I think it's more an aesthetic thing for some for airlines. You know, listen to that thing. Smell that Jet A1. Yeah, great question, Adele. And generally they will be cleaned over at the maintenance areas, you know, all around here. See something in the behind the big Screaming Emus in the house. G'day, Screaming Emu. Our E195, is it a 195 pilot from Boston? G'day to you. Cash D, blimey. Screaming Emu, I think we only wash ours on C checks. There we go, thank you, sir. And that is from the horse's mouth, so to speak, a pilot. Working with JetBlue on the E2. Sorry, the 2220. My apologies. He flies the A220 with JetBlue. No. Oh, it was on the 195. That was it. It was on the 195. Now flying the A220. My apologies, sir. Mark Powley upgraded to first class. Thank you, Mark. Great thing. Thank you so much. Laura Lyle is a new member. Welcome, Laura. And Cheryl Clark.
is also a new member. Welcome all our new members. Great to see you here. We're not normally filming at night. The only reason why we're doing it tonight is just to see if we can get some awesome firework displays. I haven't had any real big ones yet, but to see. Okay, there's one off in the distance there. Get this aircraft coming through it. Here we go. No. What's that, GP? What, inbound? Okay. A couple of 380s, did you say? We've got two 380s on their way. Okay. It's kind of a moody sky. Look at that cloud, sort of hanging there. It's almost a bit spooky in a funny sort of way. Ooh. Oh dear, James Bird, Jet A1 fuel smells horrible. Okay, James. Oh dear, really? My friend, I've never heard anyone say that before. Sweet smell of kerosene. I mean, I'm not talking about like having it under your nostrils for the whole day. I'm just saying a whiff of Jet A1, sorry. Or in fact, to be honest with you, what you are smelling really is the kerosene when you smell Jet A1. And really, to be honest with you, it's a sweet smell. It's not one of those ones that gets into your nostrils and you're sort of like all day like smelling it and you feel you've got to wash out your nostrils. Yeah, I've never heard anyone say they don't like the smell of Jet A1. Quite interesting that. But there you go, hey. Bootle, good afternoon. Denise De Vries, when will the Boston videos be released for premium members? Denise, you can watch day 1 and day 2 right now. Or right after this show, whenever you want. It depends on how much time you've got to burn. There you go, big booming one there. Right on it at that point in time. So that's quite some distance. Took about 7 seconds for that bang to reach us. Really? So Cafe 777 Yin, James the Drummer, HGC, Liz, Matthew and Jeff Watts. Good evening to you. Jeff Watts saying thank you to whomever gifted him memberships. Huge thanks. Watching now. Watch you on your international travels every time. Your Big Jet TV addictive. There we go. Craig B. Manchester pauses operations for 15 minutes around about 8 p.m. to allow local residents to have fireworks. Blimey. Really? Telling people? Are you telling me that somebody who launches their fireworks at 8:30 is going to get a knock on the door? How do you police that? But anyway, there we go. If it works, it works. Daniel Banks, good evening to you. Now fireworks now for the next 6 hours. Okay. Why for the next 6 hours? I think it'll probably blimey, I just looked at the phone, mate. It's 20 past 5. Oh my goodness me. Honestly, it feels like about 8 o'clock. Or, you know, just the fact that it's so dark, you just kind of lose all idea of time. Clive Clark. Good evening, everybody. Scooter Springsteen. Sarah Jo. Bob M has gifted a membership. Thank you, Bob. And that's Andre Dollenberg who has been gifted. Thank you very much indeed, Bob M. Petra van der Dries, Lord Geeker. Big jet going out. I keep missing them. Okay, what we got? What we got? What we got? Big one going off over there. Let me just quickly grab that. Just quickly grab that. Nice. That was pretty cool. That was a good display. Brief. And that might be thought part. Mind you, I wouldn't have imagined that firework displays would be going off much earlier than sort of like, you know, firework display. The time. 6 o'clock. Is it? Okay, okay, okay. Well, that'll work. That'll work. This is a pretty decent sized Airbus, isn't it? So 330. You're going to tell me it's 321 now. So 350, is it? Oh, okay, here we go. Asiana, right, I gotcha. I gotcha. Pardon me. It's interesting, got a single flashing light at the back. Kind of Boeing-esque with the rear, the tail light or the APU light. Trying to catch him. Trying to catch him. It's blustery-ish to it's dry, at least at this point in time it's dry. Come on, man, I mean, why just throw one rocket up there? Let the whole box off, man. I do one at a time, so I can't get them. You're sending me on a wild goose chase here, fellas. Nothing like New Year's Eve though, mate, is it? The whole horizon is just alive with fireworks. It is the most amazing thing. Make sure you tune in this New Year's Eve, folks.
because it is just an incredible, it's an incredible experience, and we will be here for you New Year's Eve. If you find yourself stuck with nothing to do, as I always do, to be honest with you, I can't be bothered with all the hustle and bustle of going out and all that kind of stuff. I'm a bit of a lazy sod, become a bit of a lazy sod in my old age. Anyway, I'd rather be out here with you guys than having to deal with drunkards and people like that. Nick Gray, Korean football livery. That's another Korean jet GP. Oh, that was on the Asiana, was it? You know what? She might taxi up this way, or actually, I think she goes over to Terminal 4 as well, I think. Adam Ross, can I go back to South Africa, please? It's too cold and damp here in the UK. Well, you know, once you've experienced the UK, the dampness and the... you've experienced everything. Firework displays there. Big, expensive. To be honest with you, the last time I bought a firework would have been a packet of bangers when I was about 15 or something like that. There we go, Bootle Lad, he's saying exactly that. Last time I bought a packet of fireworks, a box of fireworks as it was back then, it was 3 shillings and 9pence. Brilliant, man. 3 shillings and 9pence. There you go, 6pence change. Tuppenny bit. Or a threepenny bit. It's a 380, isn't it? It's a 380. Distinctive sound. Those engines being wound up. That was a lot of reverser action for a 380, for a BA 380, I've got to say. That was quite a lot of reverser there. So, with any luck. Now the only problem is that the fireworks at Thorpe Park, I think they are literally behind. I think Thorpe Park is located right behind Terminal 3 there. I have no doubt that we'll see it light the sky up, but that's what we're planning to stay for, folks, is the 6 o'clock firework display from Thorpe Park, which is it's a theme park. You know, special, well, rides and, you know, roller coasters and all that kind of stuff. Andy Williams spent New Year's Day spotting at Manchester Airport one year. BA 108 from Dubai, Alan Robbins saying that was. MG John, thank you. Standard.
Fireworks.
Read all about it.
Fireworks.
Kaboom. Bang. Fizz. Gonna say Shannon.
Oh, is it Legoland, is it? Oh, it's not Thorpe Park. Well, if it's Legoland, then in that case, hello, we've got one going on over there. I'm sure they've got one at Thorpe Park, haven't they? But Legoland will be definitely to my right. Nick Gray, Air China 350, 3 minutes out, thank you. Sarah Deal spent last New Year's Eve watching Big Jet TV and the fireworks. There we go. Nick Gray, following the Lufty. Thank you. Screaming Emu. This bonfire night thing sounds good fun. Normally it is. It's but I'll be honest with you, Screaming Emu. If you're around on New Year's Eve this year, try and tune in because. Then you'll see the whole of the London skyline literally go ballistic at midnight. And it is like a crazy looking, it's an incredible thing to watch and witness because that is the skyline there, that is the London skyline there, looking pretty moody right now, but you can see all the way across there all the red anti-collision lights on literally almost every single building, and as you can see there, the approach pattern, the approach path into London Heathrow. There we go. There's a set going off there. No, just singulars going on. Single artillery is going off at the moment. All the main action seems to be happening down south. Oh, there was a big one. Boom! Oh, it's just a rocket, just a feeble rocket. Oh! Clever fireworks now, aren't they? You spend a lot of money and get ones that are very clever. Ones that I like the parachute ones, where they all come down on parachutes. It's nice, isn't it? So another Airbus, either a 350 or a 330, one of the two. Oh! What is that? 350. That's a 330. China. China 350 is in over. It's kind of an optical illusion, isn't it? Over there, tiny little bit of action. Come on. Quite moody sky, isn't it?
Kind of smoky sky, isn't it? Oh, Alison Chambers, Thorpe Park is closed today and tomorrow. Alrighty. Just want to get that. It's a shame we can't get that. See that cloud. It's pretty cool to see that. Quite a blustery approach. So no Thorpe Park then, Gilly. It's Legoland, like you say, isn't it? Okay, so that's Windsor way, isn't it, Legoland? So that'll be directly to my right, my 3 o'clock. Oh, what? Oh my goodness, really? I can hear them all going off, but can you see them? He keeps letting one off at a time over there, that bloke. Oh. All over the gaff here. Lovely skies. Lovely skies. I'll just do some sound effects. Boom. So that's a Boeing, folks. Look at the single flash on the wings. So this is a Dreamliner, I'm thinking. There it is. Virgin Atlantic. So it is interesting how the Airbus, especially the 330, has the single flashing strobe at the APU, the back end of it. So identification from the back end, you could think that it was a Boeing, but you can still see the twin outboard lights flashing, bibink, bibink. Oh, Screaming Emu. I think DC-10s and MD-11s strobe 3 times. On the ceiling if you want me. Oh, we see some big ones going off over there. So what does the 220 do? I'm guessing Screaming Emu that they're linked up to Airbus, so it is a double flash for the A220. What about the Embraer? What does the Embraer flash? That's the question. Because it's MD-11, DC-10 are 3 flashes, which should really be because obviously Boeing didn't modify the aircraft to have single flash like the Boeing brand, which is quite surprising, really, to be honest. Oh man, they're letting them off all over the gap. It's a big set going off over there. Yeah, that's a big set going off over there, mate. Incoming!
Oh, the 190 flashes once forward, once back. It has 2 strobes. Screaming Emu saying, there we go. Once forward, once back. So I'm guessing front on, it'll look like a Boeing, will it? Once forward, once back. So it's got one on the forward and the aft part of the wingtip, has it? Brandon Plane Spotter. Well, they weren't Embraers, were they, Brandon? Bombardier. Wasn't it a Bombardier originally? Bombardier CS100 or CS300, depending on the variant. But the A220 was previously the Bombardier, not Embraer. He thinks. I think I'm right in saying that. Nick just said he might dog mad with noises. Such. Boom. See how much, as a tug operator, you need to be right on your game. You're towing that thing off over an active airfield, so you need to know your taxiway markers as well as the pilots do. Surely, look, hasn't even got any lights on. That's crazy, man. Or they are on very dimmed setting. Stop doing that. Oh, there's one of them. It's a big boomer, that was. Boom, boom, boom. Let me guess. Boom. So we should see Windsor Way right over yonder is where Legoland is. I think Legoland is actually in Windsor or very close by it. Skyline is definitely improved there over London. I like it when the pilot lights the whole aircraft up. Captain Dave is a staunch advocate of that, isn't he? He likes to light his aircraft up. Any available light. Blimey, I keep letting off really cool ones, and isn't there a firework radar 24? Guy Fawkes radar 24 just for one night. (121.5) Mayday. Wingtip strobes are for live runway and during flight. Okay, there we go. Yes, you always see those wingtip flashing strobes active when the aircraft is about to take off. You'll see them come on. They won't be on when they taxi up to the entry point, but then just before they head off, those anti-collisions or wingtip strobes come on, or are illuminated, turned on by the. Oh, this is 380. It's another 380. Rolls Royces fired up now. See what I mean? You see what I mean? Hey, oh, how you doing? See those clouds now? It's pretty funky, that cloud. Hello. What have we got here? We've got a rogue arrival onto the runway. What's all that's about then? It's Qatar. Oh, that's why then. Yeah, that'll be probably a 380, is it, or is it a triple? Triple, is it? Okay. Sorry to all dogs. Oh, okay. Seems to be the most active over in that area, isn't it? I think they're all the. I think that's firework. Shot right there. Cabins, Nigel Macy saying. Why are the cabins? I've no idea, Nigel. Is that a typo or? Wow, that was a big boomer. That was lit the sky up there. Starting to sound a bit like a war zone over there now. Yeah, starting to go off. Some big boomers. Oh, I say. Yeah, you had to be very careful about fixing the Catherine wheel to the gate post, didn't you? How many times did it fail? Went flying off down the guard. It's it, puppy. That's a nice one over there. Oh, let's watch this one go through the shot. Boom! Tang for tang, Olay biscuit barrel. Nigel Macy, why are cabin lights turned off for takeoff and landing? Nigel, that's not the case with all operators. British Airways, and I think Virgin Atlantic at least dim the cabin lights, but British Airways generally, for safety, wow, that's interesting. I'll come back to that in a second. For safety, they will dim the cabin lights so that if there is an incident and you have to evacuate the aircraft very, very quickly, rapidly, should I say, they will leave the cabin lights off, and therefore when you're out into the darkness, your eyes are already accustomed to the darkness. That's the reason why. It's a bit like turning your landing light on when you get up in the middle of the night and it blinds your eyes. You know, for that split second, that amount of time needs to you need to utilise every available second that you might have in terms of in the instance of an evacuation. See that, Gilly? Air Canada Dreamliner, that's got to be engine related, I'm sure, hasn't it? Yeah, in the hangar. See if shall I get a shall we see if we can get a reg on it? Stand by. Should be able to off his tail. Oh, there we go. There you go, GP. Charlie. Hey up, Charlie. Heck, you're in, dear. That, yeah. Shut up, I'm telling you. Matthew Bentley, indeed, we are just trying to find out. Okay, that... She arrived on Wednesday. Was meant to fly out to Toronto on the 3rd. I wonder if that's Gary arrived on that jet. Hey, that'd be pretty cool. Sure we don't miss the 7 o'clock, the 6 o'clock, sorry. Cats. That's a garden fireworks set, I think. Oh, I don't know though. Oh, hold on a minute. It's going off. It's going off at my 3 o'clock. That's sort of like the direction of. That must be an engine related issue. Or it could be, I don't know, it could be anything. Hydraulics. Something to do with the ice packs. Could be, because of course they're heavily electrically reliant, aren't they, the Dreamliner? Literally everything runs off electrics. Brakes. window dimming systems, of course lots of electrical demand, could be battery packs, could be all sorts of different things. Here's a question for you, how does the Dreamliner physically charge its batteries? Is there something linked to the combustion part of the engine where the fan rotation of the spool, the shaft itself, does that charge the batteries much like you get with a hybrid vehicle? Answers on a postcard. No, tell me now if you like. Somebody knows. BA 777-236 next to arrive from BOM Nick Gray saying, Mom, is that? Is BOM Mumbai? Followed by Etihad 787-9 from. That was a big one that just went off right underneath that. So this is the triple. Looks like he's got a strobe out on his left side there. Phone going in, unfortunately. Screaming in me, your APU also charges your batteries. Interesting. Charges your batteries because obviously the APU is disconnected and stopped once the engines are fired up. Would that be right? Not immediately, of course. I've seen. Obviously APUs continue to run for a little bit when they're taxiing out, but you do sometimes get a shutdown of the auxiliary power unit. It just also charges the batteries, okay? Because let's face it, the APU is on for quite some time, isn't it? Sometimes as soon as the aircraft touches down, depending upon the length of time that it's at gate, but generally, rather than relying on the ground power unit, the ground generators, which also take up a lot of fuel and all that kind of stuff, they will hook up to the ground electrical feed, which will power the aircraft's electrical systems, and the APU will be run during that period as well. Not always. Very. Oh. Commencing countdown, engines on. big load of vortex behind her. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. Wow, that's a big one going off down there. Wow, hello. That might be Legoland, Julie. Matty Tate Frost, welcome back with your star. There we go, Daniela Coco, Legoland fireworks right now, and that's it in the distance, right there. A little bit difficult to sort of like, but we can get a good idea. That's a proper firework display gun. Oh yeah, yeah, like that. And right at the end, it's the big boom, and that's it. It's the end of it. Isn't it? Sorry, Jelly. Oh, that was a big one. Come on, come on. Your neighbours are doing it as well. You need to step the game up a little bit. Visibility's not brilliant all the way down there, though, is it? Let's hope for. Is that it? No, can't be that. Can't be. That can't be it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Big. Ooh. Spooky ones, like them, yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's good. That's fun. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Simon. Where's the stick? Bite it. Where's the rabbit? Get it. Dig a hole. Yeah. Oh, was that it? Oh, no, hold on a minute. I'm hearing some big booms in the distance, man. Round to Major Tom. Who's that? What are you talking about? I'm getting some pretty decent activity. Yeah, over to my down south. Sorry, folks. Well, I hope there's not a whole lot of people getting cold and miserable over there, and that's all they got for their whatever, how much it was. It's still going off. Sort of ground fire going off now. Sorry. It's another Korean jet. It could be noisy, this.
night to you, day, wherever you're going. Be safe, folks. Always be safe in whatever you do. Alan Robbins, Edelweiss A320 from Zurich. Well, there's quite a few odd planes. Well, we've seen the for a start, we've seen the Royal Jordanian Retro 321 earlier, folks. You might want to scroll back and have a look at that. Also got is it Evelo? Is it Evelo? Oh, they brought that Dreamliner out there. Level, sorry. 330 operating on behalf of Iberia. Another. Oh, hello. No, this is Oman Airways, isn't it? This could make a noise and all. Has it now? Okay, folks, we're hearing a 747, Singapore 747 freighter, obviously. Has just left Schiphol. That's worth waiting for, isn't it, Judy? It's another 40 minutes. Finish on a jumbo. How'd you fancy that, folks? Have you got time to wait for a jumbo? How can you not? How very dare you? What's that? Let's just make sure. Just double check GP that it's and may God's love be with you. That's it. That's his 20 quid gone down the drain, isn't it? Or up in smoke. I'm here all week. What's it all about? Rather a lot of people segregated in the bar up here tonight. I'm the only one mad enough to be out here, and what's that? It's whichever gets here first, Chili. Oh, just put a little bit of protection. Put a bit of protection on the old mic. You're right there, Mike. I don't know, I'm a little bit wet. All right, man. There's your kill. Put your kill somewhere. Oh, hello. What's going on there then? Is my shoelace undone? Viz has got a little bit worse over London Way now. Little visibility. Yeah, no, hold your horses on that one. Mistletoe and wine. Sorry. You asked for it. Not gonna have that. Oh, Oh, that's sick. Right, okay, well, interesting. I wonder, I'll have to ask him, because he's here. He's our Gary. Well, let me see whether that's the aircraft that he came in on, I don't know. 744 Experience is a new member. Welcome, 744 Experience. And we've got Jason Gamble has gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships, as has Stephen Remy. Thank you very much indeed. VS11 to K-Boss lining up to depart. Nick Gray. VS11 to K-Boss lining up to depart. What literally is that? Okay, so it's standard 330, is it? It's a stocker. Is that her there? Yeah, there she is. Yeah. Oh, no lights for this aircraft. Look, no lights at all. Now that's pilot discretion. That is. Some pilots don't like to light their aircraft up because it creates glare, and particularly, I'd imagine. Wow! Listen to that thing going out, mate. Sorry. Kelvin Grant, yes indeed. A330-300 Tesla girl, thank you. Screaming Emu, no, not discretion, Jerry. Oh, okay. So what is the deed? He forgot Screaming Emu saying, wow. That very interesting, thank you. I thought that it was down to pilots whether they, I'm guessing of course they have to have some kind of lighting there, don't they, for in order to be seen. So thank you for that, Screaming Emu. That dude forgot. Simple as that. Just trying to be nice. Give him the... That was quick. Whoa, big old boom went off then, man. So it is not pilot discretion. Maybe, is it discretion with all the light? Hey, this looks like 757. Or is it 767? Sorry. So what's the minimum then, Screaming Emu? You have to have what? Taxiway, taxi and wing lights on, or is it at least one set? What is it, Screaming Emu, please? Douglas Butcher, Heathrow is awesome for watching, and the Courtyard Marriott is a fabulous place to stay. It's thanks to Jerry's enthusiasm for the hotel we did, and I'm glad we did. You'll love it. There we go. What a fantastic thing to say. Thank you, Douglas. Give that feedback on their website. Although it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it, to get to the actual destination that you're looking for when you're trying to track down the London Heathrow Marriott, because it's all on the Bonfire Marriott or whichever website it is. It's on the main website. They don't have an individual Twitter account or anything like that. You have to go to the Marriott Bonvoy website and then track down the individual hotel. It's a bit of a long-winded process, but you could get there in the end if you wanted to give any feedback or anything like that. Although I have to say, and I'm meaning to go over and see RL over at the Hilton, just to say to him, listen mate, you need to speak to your the folks in marketing. You'd get tons more feedback if you just did it like Amazon. Oh, okay, so a single flash for the A220. Wow, a single flash for the A220. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Ba-doo, boo, boo. Yeah. Big incendiaries going off over there. All lights on when using a runway, Jerry. It literally communicates to other airplanes. Landing lights on means I'm rolling. Yeah. On approach, when you're on the runway, yes, all lights on. Kind of noticed that many times before. I'm talking about on approach. Is it what is the procedure on approach in terms of lights? Is it wing lights and taxi lights? This guy, I think. Yeah, he's got them all on as well. Something that I've think is it, but obviously standard procedure is at least. Well, Dylan McTurk saying all lights as well, below 10,000 feet. Okay. Oh, that was close. What's the deal with the jumbo then, Jilly? Is the jumbo happening? Oh, okay. So we have a 747 inbound, folks. That's going to be our sign-off. 34 minutes, did you say? Philip Williams, what's the best hotel to stay at for the best view of the runways? Well, wow. I don't want to sound biased because we've got lots of good friends in the industry, haven't we? Hilton Garden, great friends over there, but, you know, wow. That jet went out intersect. It all depends also on what operations they're on. Not only what operations they're on, but if they're on 27s, what it really, you know, Hyatt Place is fantastic. Hilton Garden Inn is fantastic. The Renaissance is fantastic. Lots of people have their preferred hotels. Lots of people who maybe haven't stayed or seen or witnessed, can I get a witness of at the courtyard? Haven't seen it yet or experienced it, and as a result, kind of would be a good thing to do. At least come up here and maybe have a meal up on the top terrace out there. This time of the year, obviously, it's a little bit chilly, but just come up here prepared for the winter. Get dressed up and get prepared. You can sit out there and watch the planes. This top deck, we're still not sure, folks. This top deck, just when it's going to be opened. I think they've put most of this stuff out here just for show, or maybe because it was delivered and they got nowhere to put it. Repeat that, GP, sorry. Okay. 747 experience on a BA jet heading to Edinburgh, did you say, or Manchester? Okay, heading up to line up for runway 27 left. How far, what are they on? Obviously on a tickler. Just trying to see anything lining up over there. That's Dreamliner by the looks of it. How far down the line is it? Oh, is he? Oh, okay, okay. So we should catch him in a minute, yeah. So we've got a member on board one of these jets down here, folks. So all the lights, all singing, all dancing on that jet. You'll see him fire up the front wheel lights in a second. She'll become illuminated, unless of course we can't see him. I think, oh yeah, we're gonna have a jet in front of it, so that's it. See, now the aircraft that's lining up at this point in time doesn't have its anti-collisions on the wingtip. That's something that comes on when they are literally rolling, as Ewan said. Sorry, as Screaming Emu said. That is relevant both in daylight as well as darkness. Screaming Emu, don't worry about it, mate. We're not going to go to your employees and say, oh, he said this, he said that. Don't worry, mate. It's all what's said on Big Jet TV stays on Big Jet TV, if you know what I mean. We are also very happy to have your input as well. Always good to have pilot input. And like you say, you know, I mean, when he says a pilot forgot, there may have been another reason. There may be a technical issue, possibly. So circuit breakers flipped itself. Wow, big boomer, man. It's all going off over there, isn't it? Thank you, High Fly Spotter. Alison Chambers. Generally tend not to drink alcohol during the week. Try to limit my alcohol intake for obviously you want to. Oh, is that a late change of, or is that just an optical illusion? Looks like he's got a bit of a bank angle on there, or has he got a light out, or is this just a? Oh, it's a Flybe -8, is it? That's why. Okay, so those that's why, because those those wing lights are quite far over the. Where about? Yeah, it's just the arm, just either side of the engine cowl. Is that BA jet lined up now, Julie? Is that it lined up there? Oh, right, I think that's it there, isn't it? He's left the lights off because of the cost of living crisis. Save a bit of electric. Farewell, fare ye well, or whatever. Who is it? 747? Someone. 747 Experience. We all like to put a 747 Experience. Oh, this is a big one, isn't it? This is a
it's a big Airbus, isn't it? It's Emirates 380. Super. Fire it up! Screaming Emu. Also, McDonnell Douglas jets actually have squat switches for their strobe lights. The strobes come on after rotation when the weight is off the wheels. Wow, how cool is that? Great info. Thank you, Screaming Emu. That's wonderful. Always happy to receive that kind of feedback. I was talking about the I even made the taxiway I wanted, so I'd be facing the camera. Of course, the building blocked my light flash. It blocked the and not only that, but apparently I was zooming in on the cabin when he flashed the tail light as well. Sorry about that. Chirping bird, weird light effect on that 380. Yeah, it was just water on the lens. That's all it was. Water on it. This is not leaves on the track. Catherine Kelly, good evening to you. Diane 78. Bootleg, never heard of a squat switch. I must look that up. Squat switch must be an automated system, like he says, whereby when it's live, squat meaning the aircraft squatting on its mains, is it? Or it's obviously it's activate. Is it activated by way of weight? You know, by when the aircraft, when the weight on that system, on the sensors. I'm guessing it's a system of sensors. Wow, very interesting information. The MD-11 is saying that as well. How cool is that? Squat switches. That would definitely be the word of the word of the day, wouldn't it? Squat switch. Holly Scott went for a tour at RAF Marham yesterday and had such a good time. Amazingly saw one land vertically. So incredible. It is indeed incredible seeing the F-35 VTOL jet that the RAF operate. The Americans don't. It's just the RAF that, well, they operate the VTOL variant. Joe Thompson, Singapore 7394, 23 minutes out. Is that our jumbo GP? Wow. Okay, folks. Tracking on flight radar 24. Let's get her to number one, shall we? Let's give the Queen some number one status tonight. Squat switch. I'm looking that up. I remember when my old man, when he was doing his, I always remember him sitting at the dining room table at home with his British Eagle technical books out, all the information, pilot's information on circuit boards and different systems, how they work, hydraulics and all that kind of thing. Of course, it was an old Britannia, don't forget, and he was talking into his dictaphone about this, that and the other, about different systems and blah blah blah, so yeah. Anyway, that kind of takes me back to that. With I'm going to have a look at it. I'm not going to look at it now. I want
to look at the squat switch DC-10. I want to look at it in my own time. Have you looked it up, Jilly? I'm guessing the reason why it's called a squat switch is because it's all one of those things that's almost like when you open your door of your car and the light comes on automatically. It's one of those automated systems that once the weight is off the sensor, then the anti-collisions strobes light up. And the other thing is, well, Screaming Emu, that I want to ask you a question is, I've always said that the red lights above and below the fuselage are strobes that are used when either in transit on being towed, but also being used normally. But are the outboard wingtip strobes, the white, very intense flashing strobes, are they not the anti-collision lights? Because when you're in cloud, the anti-collision lights, those strobes really light up. You can see them there, how intense they are, and they're visible for miles around. They literally will light up the cloud. If you're in the cloud and you're sitting in the aircraft in the cabin, you see them. You look out on the wing, you really do see the clouds lit up. I've always called them the anti-collisions. Other people call the red ones the anti-collisions. Once I get the official word from you, Screaming Emu, then I will leave it at that. So I've never got the official word from an official end. Simon Bennett, 9V to SF, 9V SFO, now 6th tracked, number 6 tracked by 384. Oh, okay, Screaming Emu. We call them red beacons. That's what I call them, beacon lights. Jerry, the red beacon means I'm moving, about to move. White strobes are anti-collision. Exactly. I got something right, and I've always, because when I used to say, oh look, his strobes are on, they'd go, no, they're anti-collisions, and they weren't pilots. Now I've officialised it. Thank you. I'm off. Actually right about something. It's only taken 7 years to officialise it. Flip's sake.
Oh, look at the big flashes going on there.
Thanks, Screaming Emu, my friend. Great to meet you as well, mate. In Keybox. Oh, Concorde 444 saying, I'm guessing this squat switch is just another name for a WOW switch, weight on wheel switch. Okay. Oh, there we go. Screaming Emu, it's fun. I was encouraged and inspired to become a pilot because of the enthusiasm of others. We've had that before. And he says, if I can encourage just one person, I've done my job. Great story that you gave us as well, Screaming Emu, about your rise to becoming a pilot. And we really appreciate that. And it is a great story. And it, yes, indeed, is. You need to take encouragement from those kinds of stories. Brandon Planespotter 23, currently number 4 track. That's our jumbo jet. Have we got the? Have we got Julie? Can you pin the reg or something so that people can log into their Flight Radar 24 app and love that. Look at that lovely moody sky, man. Yeah. Ravage SIA 7394. Oh, start up. Singapore is number 3 tracked. Oh, she's down before, is she? Yeah, must be great, man. Especially that A220 flight deck, Screaming Emu. It's something else, isn't it? That A220 flight deck. It's just, I mean, I think I mentioned it to you, but I call it a mini A350 because it just has that sort of like everything about it is very A350-esque, especially the look of it, the front end, the drooping cabin window at the back there, cockpit window, should I say, the aft cockpit window. As well as that, the style of the nose as well, the design of the nose, the whole look about it. The only thing that's not 350-esque is the. It's a shame they didn't put a curved, you know, not the. They put a curved winglet on it, a wingtip on it. G4 still on my way to becoming a pilot. Currently cabin crew. Previously aircraft dispatcher and check-in agent, and was in the Air Cadets. Everyone has the ability, and wish them the best of luck to G-Force. That is fantastic, and the very best to you. And stay tuned and keep us informed as to your training and your conversion and qualifying and all that kind of stuff. Very hard work. Got to put the hours in and all that kind of stuff. And obviously have that deep passion for aviation. Just have to be confident, PMA, positive mental attitude. It's not always going to be a you know, a cakewalk. Screaming Emu, yeah, the 220's flight deck is just beautifully designed. Big windows, customizable lighting, plenty of room, just the chair doesn't tip back far enough. There we go. Okay. Tip back as in recline, or for accessibility getting into it? That. So we're tracking 747, folks. Kerry Davies, did I ever consider becoming a pilot? I kind of flunked a little bit, Kerry, unfortunately. Kind of wanted to become, wanted to be in the RAF more than anything else, but I don't know, just. I was a little bit, not naughty at school, but I was a little bit sort of like, you know, the end of term report is too easily, you know, too easily distracted. There we go. Yes. Always trying to make the other kids laugh. And failing dismally. No. I was all right. But good at sports, good at, you know, art, technical drawing. I loved technical drawing, definitely. Nothing nicer than, you know, drawing a big nut or a big bolt or a pump or something like that, or a component for a pump, a piston or something like that. Love physics. Didn't understand it, but I loved it. Bleeding useless in geography, as you know. Mathematics, forget about it. I'm sure anyone can do anything if they put their mind to it. Unfortunately, I just didn't put my mind to it. Joe Thompson turned on finals. This is our jumbo jet, folks. Wow, Terry G. Best flight I ever had was landing in the cockpit of a Boeing 720 back in the 70s. A 720 being the shorter, stubbier variant, longer range variant of the 707. Wow, that's crazy. And what is amazing is when you look at a 707, you think of it as a big twin-engined aeroplane, a bit like the Coronado. But when you look at it against a jumbo jet, it looked like an A321. Insane, man. .747 number 41120 plus for number 3. Okay, we've got a 320 on finals now, waiting for this 747. Here we go, folks, on its way. Screaming Emu, no, I cannot film from a Cessna in flight, unfortunately. We could we do it from a helicopter, G, if we went very slowly? No. Not even at a low altitude, because no. Yeah. Phase and feet. Sorry. Is that? Good goal. Boeing 747 is 3 minutes out. Philip Lowry, Mike James, second out. She is gonna be. Let's get her to number 1, folks. The Queen, come on. Let's get her to number 1. Get on Flight Radar 24 and track that aeroplane. When you say track, yeah, you don't have to do anything, folks, other than just click on it and it highlights the aircraft. That is following it. Then you will be one of the thousands of people who are following it, or however many people are following it at any one point in time. We've got 1,080, so come on, folks, let's get it to number 1. HGC number 2, Liz Matthewman. TCC, Alexandra Wood. Melanie. Melanie, absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. John Thompson. So excited for this, my favourite livery. Gotta be honest with you, it's kind of retro, old school, isn't it? The Singapore livery, even though it's their current livery, it's still kind of retro. And the reason why I feel it anyway myself is because it has that stripe down the side of it. There's not many airlines nowadays that do have that stripe down the side of it. It does, yeah. I'm just not seeing it there, that's all. Yeah, it's navy blue and gold, and it's very sort of like, you know, archaic, that sort of style of livery, and that's why it kind of has that retro feel about it, and I love it, man. It looks great on all of their jets, Screaming here, actually the 717-100 became the KC-135 for the Air Force. She's number 1. The Queen is number 1, folks. Congratulations. Give yourselves a pat on the back. And well done, folks. Well done. Thank you so much. 747 over Brentford, Kew Gardens, Stephen Billings. The light reflections on that wet runway is awesome. Rob saying. Bob, sorry. Got my airport code t-shirt for my local airport, Rachel Lofthouse saying. It's now my lucky shirt for spotting trips. How cool is that? Here's another aircraft with no, is this her? Got no lights. Is this her? Wow. Look at this, they've left the lights off. Look at that. It's 2 aircraft. Don't they get a slap on the wrist for this? Oh, look at this. say to the pilot, can you put your lights on please, or would they not remind them that their lights are off? Even so, that was crazy spooky, wasn't it? That was a good spooky arrival. I enjoyed that. Folks, that's it. We thank you for your company once again. We'll be back next week. Of course we will. You know we will. Wednesday. Not sure where we'll be. You never know. We are prone to sort of like doing things at last minute. So who knows what we'll be doing this coming Wednesday. But thank you all for your company tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Got a bit of fireworks, got a bit of this, got a bit of that. Nothing like New Year's Eve, I have to say, where that whole horizon is just lit up with stuff going off. Insane. Thank you to everybody who's gifted memberships tonight. Welcome to all you folks who are new members here on Big Jet TV. I hope you enjoy your stay, and may you be here for many, many years, as we have done with so many people. And that's when you see somebody with a star on there, or 4 stripes. 4 stripes is a year, isn't it, Jimmy? 4 stripes is a year. Or is it? Yeah, and then you get your star and all that kind of stuff. It's just great to have you guys. We will have an announcement to come, folks, in the next few weeks about another level of membership, which we will be announcing, which is for those folks who are sort of like, you know, right down, we're able to make a more affordable, even more affordable level of membership to so that you can come in and get involved and get to watch. I'm guessing the economists will also reviews. Something like that. No. Okay. Well, we'll work it out. But anyway, it is a new. We're bringing back economy, basically, folks, for those folks who maybe want to get involved, and you know, it's just such a fantastic experience that we hear from so many people on a regular basis about being involved in the community here on Big Jet TV. And it is great thanks to so many people as well who gift membership to give those people that experience, and then people we find generally tend to stay on as well. But listen, folks, thank you so much for your company tonight. It's been great. Thanks to all our friends out there, far of too many of you to mention. Also, for anybody out there who thinks that I've missed it, well, I have missed their comments. I do apologise. As I say time and time again, there's so much going on with that chat, so many things to do, so much stuff going on around me. I do miss comments. So I think somebody tonight asked, okay, for the second time, and they asked the question, and we finally got there in the end. But anyway, folks, look after yourselves. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy Sunday. Wrap up warm, be safe, and keep the animals in just for tonight, I think, or maybe even tomorrow night as well, because it'll no doubt be going on then. But otherwise, that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you to the Courtyard, and we will see you next Wednesday. Take care now. See you. Bye bye. All right. Stay. Wow, that's a pretty moody skyline, isn't it? Like that. Yeah, scary.